Where's your monster?
I know, I've got one.
What? What
Yeah.
do you mean you not got one?
Well, it is like 7:30 in it. So I thought
What are you
I'll
trying?
save it for later on in the day.
What are you trying to say?
Mate, all I can say is that I'm not addicted and someone is. I've got some bad news to break to you though.
What?
I scanned both your monsters.
So I got none left. You took my peachy keen.
Lawrence left 4 monsters at my house last week. I saved him one for the podcast today,
Oh, thanks.
but I did scan the other two. But I'm gonna replace them. We're gonna go Costco this week.
It's all right, mate. Don't worry.
Sorry,
It's
mate.
fine. No, it's fine. I know you would have used them for your check-ins. It's okay.
They went to good use.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine, mate. That's fine. I can't expect to leave
Yeah.
monsters in a monster addict's house.
What were you
and-
thinking?
Yeah, that was dumb.
It's like leaving like cocaine in a drug addict's house.
Yeah.
It's not going to be there when you get back. You're lucky you got that one.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Cheers.
No, I couldn't let you turn up and then not be a monster. I'd be like,
Yeah.
what?
Mate, we both have been sitting on the podcast like today, so yeah. How you doing, mate? You okay?
You're going to see a non-caffeinated version of me today on the pod.
Oh my god.
Might not stutter.
Jesus,
Yeah.
that's insane. You're always caffeinated.
I don't think I've ever
from
done a
it.
pod non-caffeinated.
Oh my god, you're going to be very zen.
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be-
very calm today.
Yeah, well-
It'll be quite a quick episode anyway, won't it? Because
Yeah.
we are heading down to rugby after this for the Heart of England show, which should be exciting. But yeah, how's your week been, mate?
Yeah, pretty good to be fair. Came back from a devolume and everything's flying. I always find in the first week it's always either really shit after a devolume or everything absolutely flies. And
It depends on if you pushed it too far.
yeah, that is true.
It
Yeah.
depends if you got ill and then
Yeah.
the deload was just you being ill.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't do that,
Yeah.
so I was sensible this
Nailed
time
it this
round.
time, didn't you?
Yeah, I know. It must have really surprised you when I messaged you and I was
Yeah.
like, Ryan,
I'm actually going to take a devolume.
who's this? No, yeah, it's been class. Tuesday lower went really well. Wait, no, that was devolume. No,
Yeah,
my first
Thursday
session
you
back
whacked.
was Thursday upper and whacked 4.5 on the hammer strength incline. Moved really well. Wasn't expecting it as well. That was like 5 kilo up from what I was doing before. So I was just thought like, fuck it, why
I
not?
reckon you can get 5 plates on that.
Defo.
What did you get 4.5 for?
6, and it was a good 6 as well.
You
Like,
could at least get a 4 rep on 5 plates before you diet.
yeah, mate, I reckon I can get a 6 rep.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really confident. Like, it felt like immense, like really, really, really good.
And that hammer strength incline's a lot heavier than the normal one. It's a super incline, isn't it?
No. The super incline is next to it.
Oh.
It's virtually the same. It's just the handles that are different. So it's
Oh,
got
right.
like neutral grip handles. I don't know whether it's
I
heavier.
think it is heavier.
I think it might be slightly heavier because you can get in the stretch like slightly
Yeah.
more. Whereas with the regular one, I don't think you can get as much of a stretch. But
What did you start on?
3, I think.
It's definitely heavier then. 'Cause there's no way you'd be doing 3 on the normal hammer strength incline. Even at like your lowest body weight.
I started very upright on it though.
Oh, okay.
Like
And
I've
you've gradually gone.
yeah. I've gradually just made it a flat press. Nah,
As you do.
I found that if you sit like completely upright on that piece, it's so like ridiculously hard to get short to the point where it stops you from being able to progress.
Yeah.
So I basically what I try and do is I push my hips forward on the seat pad, but I try to keep my torso upright. So it does change the profile ever so slightly, like it makes it slightly easier in the short. And I've been able to progress doing that.
And also, if you're completely upright, you're going to end up like externally rotating or internally rotating at the shoulder.
Yeah.
In a stretch position. So it's not going to align very well either.
Yeah, I mean the handles, like because they're neutral,
Yeah.
like the path of motion is actually mint. It's really really good, but yeah, you're right. It can feel a little bit uncomfortable if you're like completely upright. But yeah, no, that went really well. And then legs yesterday was really really good. Did 195 kilos on the
RDL.
RDL for the first time. Got 6. Felt really comfortable to be fair. Got a PB on hack as well. Yeah, everything's just gone super super well. Yeah, very very excited for this next like
Penultimate measure of the off season.
yeah, penultimate one, 100%. I had a bit of a dip in appetite this week though. I think I was saying I can't remember who I was saying this to, but um, because I've been trying to brainstorm like content ideas this week, and
Yeah.
I've been getting like really like this might sound a bit weird, but I'm getting really excited about it. Like I'm being really creative, and I'm thinking about it constantly. I think it's like actually hit my appetite a little bit, but also like my sleep's been a bit shit this week as well.
Yeah, I used to have that when like your mind's so active
Yeah.
that you can't sort of think about stuff and therefore you can't get to sleep.
Yeah, like I was watching like marketing videos online just to learn a bit, but I was doing it in the evening. Then I get into bed, and I couldn't switch off. I was like thinking about how like what content to create, and then before I knew it, it was like
Yeah.
11:30, 12, and I was like, oh fuck, I need to get to bed. But yeah, good week overall. Good
It's
week
probably because you're
overall.
just a lot busier as well.
Yeah,
That's one of the main things that I say to clients in dieting phases. If you're like doing nothing all day, of course you're going to be hungry.
yeah,
What else you got to think about?
yeah,
Just
yeah,
keep yourself as occupied as possible and
yeah.
you're not going to feel hungry.
Definitely. I think next time I prep, that's going to be a massive change as
Yeah,
well. Because when I prepped last time, I was a lot of the time just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, like thinking about like
next meal.
how, yeah, my next meal pretty much. And I think that it really does have like a massive effect. Like if you can be busy, if you can take your mind off being hungry and being in a diet, yeah, it's massive.
That's probably why I found it like pretty straightforward hunger wise because I was that busy
Mm,
during my prep. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of the time you actually just forget about your next meal
yeah,
and you have to remind yourself by having a timer on your phone.
sure.
But yeah, staying busy is one of the biggest things you can do in a diet.
100%.
And I have had a busy week this week,
Yeah.
very busy week.
Tell me about it.
So I've started a new part-time job,
Mm,
which I told you about previously.
you did, yeah. How's it gone?
Yeah, really good, really, really good. I think I've kind of been reflecting over the last couple of years since I went full-time online. And I kind of just reminded myself, okay, what's important to you? That's what I've been thinking about. The things for me which are important are doing what I love, which is this, coaching, stability, so making sure I'm not stressing about income month to month, and then also just being busy and being occupied. So I was like waiting for a part-time job which suits me because any PTs out there will know that like in-person PT, they get scammed.
Yeah.
They get utterly scammed by the vast majority of gyms,
Yep.
charging you £400 a month rent, and I'm not paying £400 a month rent when I've got enough clients online that I don't need to do in-person
Yeah,
PT
it is insane. It's such an insane setup. Imagine paying,
or working for free. Like it's one
yeah,
or the other.
yeah, which I probably wouldn't recommend if you're in that system, to be honest, because you could
Sometimes
be,
you have to. Like
yeah, true. But if you can, I'd probably pay the rent because then you can use that time because they'll get you like doing stuff around the gym. You can use that time more effectively to gain more personal training clients.
also, but if being around the gym and interacting with people in the gym
True,
actually can really help.
true.
But yeah, I was like trying to find an in-person PT job, which didn't have those things, and that's very hard to come by. So it's
Yeah,
taken up until now. And the one that came up is actually so good. So basically, I've told you about it already, but I'll tell the podcast.
go for it.
But basically, the FA, so the Football Federation in the UK, they run a variety of public gyms around the UK or centres where they have like 3G pitches, and then some of them have got gyms attached to them. So the one in Sheffield, which has a gym attached to them, I didn't even realise I applied for this job, to be honest. I just came up in my emails. So yeah, I went for it, and yeah, it's been great. This first week, I've really loved it. So
Awesome.
I think just having that interaction with people as well. I know for me, because I'm like very introverted, if I'm just working online, I just don't speak to people.
Yeah,
I'll speak to like Libby, and then I might see Libby's family, and that's about it. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's
I
not
mean,
a healthy way of living. And you,
you see me
and you
weekly.
recently, yeah. But doing lean videos isn't really the same as interacting with people. So being in the gym environment, getting back into in-person PT is definitely what I wanted to do, and
Yeah,
have like a hybrid approach to both online and in person.
definitely.
And it's not like I'm going to have loads of in-person PT clients because realistically, I don't have the time for that.
Sure.
I think max I'll probably have about 10 a week, and obviously paying rent with 10 clients a week is just not feasible. So
No.
this job, luckily, doesn't have that kind of system. So yeah, enjoying it so far.
You know what's interesting? So there's a gym opening very close to me. It's a foundry gym, so it's a chain gym. Their approach to PTing is they've said like, look, like we're not going to charge rent. You can just come in and train your client, which is insane for the PT. But
Yeah.
also, I've been thinking, like, realistically, that's going to mean that a lot of PTs are going to see that and think, fucking hell, that's insane. They're going to go over to Foundry, but the client either needs to pay a day pass or be a member.
Yeah.
So imagine how much more like business they're going to get from that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I can't speak for. Excuse me, that was
Right into the mic.
I know. I tried to conceal it, but it didn't work. It
Look where
was.
the mic is.
I know, right into the mic. I wonder what that's going to sound like. But yeah, I can't speak for all PTs, but I know that I'm going to start PTing, and I can't think of anything worse than paying rent or doing like 3 hours.
Some of them's like 12 hours for free.
Yeah, mad.
And
mad.
that's the equivalent of what? Can't do the math off the top of my head at this time in the morning.
Yeah.
But like a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of clients. Like, imagine how many clients you have to just pay the rent. It's like it's a good chunk.
Yeah.
You know? If you're a PT starting out, like, nah, I
That's
wouldn't.
the issue. Like for big PTs who are completely fully booked,
Yeah,
it's fine because £400 a month is easily covered. It's a business expense as well.
sure. Yeah,
But when you're somebody like me, who doesn't want loads of PT clients, just wants a few in person and majority online,
yeah.
or somebody starting out, then paying £400 a month of rent is ridiculous.
It ain't happening. There's no like. It's just you wouldn't. Even if it was like one of your only options, I'd still try and find a different way of like trying to make money, because that's crazy. Like £400. But yeah, anyway, this Foundry gym, like, I think it's really smart, because a lot of PTs are going to look at that and think, oh shit,
Yeah,
like,
I'll go there.
free rent, I'll go there. They'll bring all their clients, which will have to pay for memberships, and then their clients will probably go outside of those sessions as well. Like,
Yeah.
ultimately, it's more business for the gym. Like, it's quite
It's
smart.
the exact same way that the gym that I go to now does it.
Yeah.
Just literally pay a day pass.
Yeah.
And that's your rent.
Yeah. I think that's really clever. I think that's gonna attract a lot of PTs for one, but then a lot, like, all their clients that come with them. I was gonna ask, how busy is the gym?
Not busy to be fair.
Okay.
It's quite a small gym, so I think it's quite a similar setup to yours.
Sure.
Like it's not a big gym. There's never more than like 20 people in there.
Yeah.
But something they've got me doing as well, part of my job, is the marketing side of things, which is actually really cool.
Sick.
So
Yeah.
I'm doing the marketing for the Instagram.
Sick.
So if you go on Instagram now, you'll see the first 2 posts are made by me.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Which
Awesome.
is pretty cool, 'cause that's my job, basically PTing and doing marketing.
Yeah. Oh, wicked, mate.
So, yeah.
That's really good.
And honestly, like I get such a buzz off being productive.
Yeah.
Because my week this week has been hectic.
Yeah.
Like so busy. So I've been having to get up at 5:30.
Sure.
Because I always like doing my check-ins before people get up, or just at least in the morning.
Yeah.
You'll see with me, like if I have to get back to you in the afternoon, I'll message you saying, sorry mate, check-in's going to be in the afternoon. Hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't even watch it to the evening, mate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you stress about it a lot more than.
yeah,
than you
I
need
really
to.
like sending it over first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So I got up at 5:30, check-ins till 6 till 8:30 each day, and then working 9 till 1. And then back, and then going to the gym,
Yeah.
and then coming back and doing marketing work for online.
Yeah.
It's fucking mint. It's so good. I am battered. Like by Saturday, I was battered.
Yeah.
But
See, a lot of people would come home from that and just like be very mentally just tapped out. But I think you need that. You need
Yeah.
like if you sit around for more than half an hour, you hate it. Like,
yeah, it's something I've realised. Like even though most people need that time and that rest,
Yeah.
it just doesn't work for me. Like I just
Yeah.
I love what I do, so it's not really work.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
And I do have that time in the evening. Like, as soon as I have dinner, me and Libby have dinner at like 7 p.m. After that, phone's off, watching Netflix, chilling before bed.
Yeah.
But until that time, I don't see the point in just waiting around.
Yeah.
I'll find something to do.
I think as long as you've got that time before bed where you're like you've got a bit of time to switch off and not think about that.
Yeah.
Because that affects sleep, and then if your sleep is shit, then that'll affect what you're doing the next day as well.
Yeah, it's
But-
a bit like your situation now where mind's too active at night.
Yeah.
You know what I used to do for that? So I had that exact thing at uni.
Yeah.
And I had it even worse. Like I literally had it so I wasn't going to sleep till 4 a.m.
Oof.
Because uni's when I started my online coaching, so I was
Yeah.
thinking about that all the time.
Yeah.
Starting on my Instagram, but also doing my final year in my degree.
Yeah.
So my mind was so active at night. And something that I found fixed it is going on a 20-minute walk each morning.
Yeah.
No phone, no earphones.
Yeah.
Just you in your own head.
Yeah.
And it works so well. 'Cause you
Yeah.
just get to think through all your thoughts And then when you get to the evening, you've already thought through all your thoughts.
Sure.
So you don't need to go and do it again
Sure.
and stop you from sleeping. That's what I found works really well.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds good. I might do that,
Yeah,
to be fair.
it does work well.
Yeah, 100%. I don't normally find it to be an issue, but I think now that I'm definitely intending on being busier, I think it's something that I'm going to have to consciously try and do a little more, because before it was just like, oh, just go to bed. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't really got anything to think about. I was always pretty zen in the evening, but now, like, I think I will definitely need to consciously, like, step away from the laptop, like.
You had that with videography a bit, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, I had a stint in videography. I honestly think I've got a bit of an addictive personality. It makes sense with,
You
like,
don't fucking say.
yeah, like training. Like, if I want to, if I, like, set my mind to something and say, okay, I'm gonna do this, and actually, like,
Yeah,
say, like, okay, I mean it.
all in.
I get a bit obsessed with it. Like, there was that time in videography where, like, I think I was editing, like, one of Harry's show days. Got home, edited for, like, I think it was like 1 o'clock until, like, something like 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, and I was still kind of, like, thinking about ideas. And then I woke up, and then I started editing again, and I messaged you, and it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, I need to get my first meal in.
Yeah.
I wasn't being very adherent with bodybuilding at that time, but
You get into a flow state.
yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah, 100%. But I need to make sure that when I do get into coaching and when I do start to get a bit busier with, I think I'm definitely going to do some in-person PT as well alongside my job. I just need to make sure that I also continue to prioritize myself, because I actually can't remember what we were speaking about.
We're talking about how your own training
Oh,
impacts your ability to coach.
yeah, yeah. It just does. It does. Yeah.
Fine.
No, I think I was saying, like your anecdotal experience I think will probably be a lot more valuable than just, like, your general knowledge that you have, because there becomes a certain point where, like, general knowledge can only take you so
Yeah.
far. Um,
It's about what you, when you're coaching as well, it's about what gets the most out of the client.
yeah,
So I was talking to a guy called Sonny at the gym that I've started working at,
yeah,
and he was talking about how he's going to go over to a bro split
okay,
after this diet.
yeah,
And I was like, mate, if that's what you enjoy and that's what you're going to get the absolute most out of, because
yeah,
you're going into each session excited,
yeah,
putting absolutely everything into each session, then you will progress more off that than you will
yeah,
upper lower.
definitely.
Just simple as that. Like, so it just depends on what's going to work best with the client, basically.
Yeah, 100%. Everyone's very individual.
Yeah,
Like,
you can never just go off evidence, can you? Like,
no, 100%. And then I think that is, if you're just purely going off evidence, then it's just really cookie cutter, isn't it?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
if you're making, like, programs based off evidence and not the feedback that you're getting from your clients, and what's the point
Yeah,
of having a coach? They may as well go on, like, bodybuilding.com, get a
yeah,
program
exactly.
template, and then,
Well, I probably wouldn't go on bodybuilding.com.
no, I think
You
it's
probably
shut
get a
down.
Jay Cutler, has it?
Yeah,
Get a Jay Cutler workout.
yeah. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, fucking 40 sets of arms.
45-year-old,
Yeah.
like Dave, who's a plumber, doing, like, 20 sets of arms in one session.
That is important to note, though, actually. Like, coaching being a partnership.
Yeah,
Because you'll see, like, your program that I've programmed for you,
yeah,
and then you'll see someone else's program that I programmed for you, and they're drastically different.
yeah,
Well, not someone else's program that I programmed for you. Someone else's program that I programmed for them.
yeah.
But, like, your sessions are what, 3 hours? Two and a half, 3 hours?
I'd say so. Yeah,
And preferably, I'd like them to be a bit shorter.
yeah.
But you love training.
Yeah.
You get a lot out of doing those sessions, taking a lot of rest time in between each set.
I'm also very content with being there for that amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Whereas a lot of people would do those sessions, pretty much most people, and be like, "Fucking hell!" I just
the end of
wanna
the
go
session will be
home."
junk volume.
Yeah.
They wouldn't actually put an effort into it.
Yeah.
But I know with you, the end of the session will still be high quality work.
Sure.
So I don't mind programming it like that. It's like literally just a partnership. What works for the person.
Yeah.
And then sprinkling your touch in there as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think there definitely has to be an element of you actually coaching them. It can't
Yeah.
be too far the other way, because then it comes back to the thing of, like, well, what's the point of
Yeah,
me
exactly, yeah.
coaching you? I think what me and you do is really good, because I love training. I have quite a big input on like exercise selection,
Yeah.
but you kind of dictate the structure,
Yeah,
the
I'll be like, I want
volume.
this movement, this type of movement in this place, and but you can choose whatever you want to
Yeah,
put in there.
you trust my knowledge enough that I'll pick a good movement that feels good.
Yeah,
You mainly like do the nutrition side as well, and then yeah, I think you're right. Coaching is more of a partnership than a
definitely.
dictatorship.
That's how you create the best results, really.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely.
I reckon we get into questions because we
Yeah,
haven't got that much time.
we're just waffling, man.
Yeah, we are. We need to get down to rugby ASAP.
Yeah. Do
So,
you do you want to go first?
yeah, I've only got one,
Cool.
so I'm washed, and I will go first. But basically, my only question is from Pam. Pam,
Legend.
our favourite question
Yeah.
asker. What is the most satisfying, getting yourself on stage or one of your clients on stage? By far, getting one of my clients on stage.
Yeah.
I love competing. I really did love the day as well.
Sure.
But the team aspect of getting a client on stage is just so much better.
Yeah. I can imagine it. I can imagine it feels better because not only are you getting like the kind of reward for them like getting on stage and looking good, but also you make that person feel good as well. So it's
Yeah.
like it's more of
And
an
I don't have to
impact.
diet either.
You are.
And I don't have to diet, so it's great.
Yeah. Perfect.
Won a British title last year. I was
Yeah.
at 30% body fat.
That's
It
awesome,
was
man.
great.
Yeah. So you're the British champion.
I'm a British champion.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a British champion.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
short and sweet answer there.
Yeah.
Definitely getting clients on stage.
Yeah.
But
So hang on. By that knowledge as well, you're a regional champion as well.
yep,
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I'm third in Europe.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And fourth at a regional as well.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. No. You're all of those things, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I will box off some of my questions. Well, I've got one question and then one compliment. So, Craig from Ultraflex has said, no question, looking good, no homo.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's really really nice. He's also a fucking beast. He's
I don't know if I
he's
know
an
Craig.
animal. You've never seen Craig deadlift.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Hang on, let me show you. He's pulled 300 kilo off the floor. He's got a 4-plate Smith bench. Like he is an absolute beast. Super nice guy as well. This guy.
I don't think I've ever seen him.
Yeah,
Which at a different time to me.
I don't think he's got much training footage up at the minute. There he is. Hang on. Benching 4 plates.
Yeah, that's mental.
That's insane. He's 90 as well. His
Really?
brother, his brother competed. I don't know how long ago, but he was also sick. Look at this, 300 kilo. JP's liked it as well. What the fuck?
300 kilos natty is mental.
That's insane. That's so good. Yeah, insane. Yeah, super
Alright,
nice guy.
so that's your compliment for the day?
Yeah.
I didn't get any.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Maybe one day.
So my actual question is from Nathan. Big up, Nath. He's asked, do you use any recovery methods across your weeks? My answer to this question is, I think when we're looking at recovery methods, the best way to recover as best you can is absolutely nail the basics.
Yeah.
Like the bread and butter. So make sure that your sleep is in a really good spot. Make sure that you're eating quality nutrition. Manage your stress. Make sure that you're having enough protein. Like all the bread and butter basics. If you fixate on those, you're most likely to nail recovery. I think stuff like ice baths, like sauna, what else? Like supplementation, deep tissue is I think that's more for like injury prevention. I think all of these things, like there's actually a lot of research to suggest that like stuff like sauna and ice bath doesn't have that much impact on recovery. I guess if it makes you feel good, like
That's why I said to Nathan.
Yeah.
So he asked this in my check-in.
Right. Okay.
And I was saying, he's asking about saunas.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, if you're going to relax on a rest day and get a lot out of getting a sauna,
Yeah.
that relaxation is probably going to do you a lot of good.
Of course. Yeah. It's like it's not necessarily the actual thing that is going to boost your
I think
recovery.
saunas do have quite a good amount of data behind them. It's ice baths that don't.
Yeah, no, it's the sauna is more like health based, so it's got really
Yeah.
good, like it's got really good feedback for like health. But in terms of improving recovery,
Oh, really?
I watched a video on it. Yeah,
Oh,
because I there was a time where I was really getting into like going in the sauna, and I was like, yeah, this must be really good for recovery. But I think I watched a Mike Israel video on it, and he was saying that like the research shows that in terms of like actual recovery benefit, there isn't much, but it's like the secondary effect
yeah.
of being relaxed. Like,
Indirectly.
yeah, exactly. That is what would improve recovery.
Yeah, the biggest ones are sleep, stress management,
Yeah,
and nutrient quality,
yeah,
nutrition quality.
yeah, absolutely. I think stress and sleep for me. And when I say nail these things, I mean like if you really want to like recover 100%, like
Yeah.
be meticulous with it. If you want to if you want to grow the most amount of muscle possible and you want to recover as much as you can leading into your sessions, like be meticulous with those like basics. I think there's a quote on the wall at Tab that says something like relentless execution of the basics or
Yeah.
like relentless like so something along those lines essentially. But it's right. Like if you can be really meticulous with your sleep, aka like get into bed at a certain time, whack your blue light blockers on, get an eye mask, like maybe even like if you're really into it, get those. Have you seen those like nasal clip
Yeah.
things that like open up your
Yeah. Yeah.
airways to help you sleep? Like you could even do that, and you really meticulously focus on that, managing your stress as well. Like that is where like the
Stress is
recovery.
very underlooked. People know that like, sleep, okay, nail that to
Yeah,
maximize recovery, but people don't realize how much stress has an impact on it as well.
yeah, massive, 100%. I found that out in my prep.
Yeah.
Like when I was stressing out about my physique and worrying about that, that was definitely having an impact on my recovery.
Just being in that sympathetic state all day,
Yeah,
you've got no opportunity to recover there at all. And it can
yeah,
make you sleep worse as well. So
yeah.
in turn, it just has a negative effect.
Has a bit of a compounding
Spiral.
effect. Have you got any tips for stress management? Because you're
Yeah.
much better at this than me.
That all just comes down to routine.
Yeah,
Like pretty much comes down to routine. Obviously, there's external stresses in life which you can't control sometimes,
sure,
but the vast majority of stress comes from not doing what you need to do
sure,
a lot of the time. And if you're in routine, you're going to get done what you need to do. It's as simple as that.
sure.
And you have less time to stress about things as well. It 100% just comes down to going to sleep at the same time, getting up at the same time, doing your tasks at the right time each day, and being consistent with that throughout the weeks. Simple as that.
Yeah, I think part of stress management is also your mentality. So
Yeah,
you mentioned there, like there are stresses in life that you can't necessarily control. But I think knowing that and accepting
yeah,
that you're gonna have stresses will affect you a lot less. Like I think if you it what what I used to do is I literally used to try and fight those life stresses.
yeah.
I used to get annoyed at myself for stressing out about those kind of things. But I think the quicker you can go, okay, this has happened.
How
Um,
do I deal with it?
how do I deal with it? Or like I can't saying to yourself, I can't do anything about it, so I may as well not stress about it. I think having that mentality will help you alleviate that stress a lot
It's
quicker.
about reframing situations as well.
Yeah,
Not every bad thing that happens to you is actually a bad thing,
yeah, true.
and you'll realize that as you get older. It's as simple as that.
100%. Yeah. And I think you can flip like bad things that happen to you on their head and you can see it as like a positive thing. So for example, say if like I'm quite good at this. Say if something annoys me or say if something negative like happens to me, I say, well, okay, I'm gonna think about that like whilst I train and I'm gonna use that negative energy as a positive outlet, if
Yeah,
that makes sense. And then after I've trained, I'll be like, I'm fine. I'm okay now. Like
yeah,
I'm too knackered to be stressed out.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'd say those are the main two ways. Making sure your mindset's in a great spot, routine, and then also just giving yourself some downtime. As much as I said earlier,
sure.
at least having some downtime throughout the week to spend doing what you enjoy, but also relaxes you, is
Definitely.
going to really help. So yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon we leave things there
Yeah,
because
that
we need to
was
get off, don't we?
yeah, that was a great answer. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
good stuff. Well, thank you very much for listening. Keep the questions coming, keep the views up, and yeah, we will catch you on the next one. Ciao. See you later.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Oh, let's get going.